Hey everybody, welcome to the Clarity Community Town Hall in an after Town Hall breakout room for the Catalyst Community Weekly Call. Today I'm going to be just giving a brief overview on Clarity and talking about our Fund9 proposals and how we feel that they're advancing the DAO ecosystem on Cardano. So without further ado, I'm going to share screen. A brief description of Clarity to start. So what Clarity is it's no-code DAO infrastructure for Cardano projects. So essentially what we are doing is extending Agora, the open source governance module that our developers in Liquid have been working on for some time now, to give it a easy to use front-end interface and extra features so that anyone is able to create a DAO, set custom governance rules, create on-chain proposals, and have on-chain votes that affect the treasury of these decentralized organizations. And I'll show you kind of a product demo in a sec to show you what it looks like. But the reason that we're building Clarity is because we've noticed that many projects in the Cardano ecosystem are looking for a solution to put their operations on chain and operate as a decentralized organization, but there isn't really a good DAO tooling solution yet in the Cardano ecosystem. So we thought that this would be a infrastructure that would really cause a lot of benefit to the ecosystem to allow different projects to adopt decentralized governance and operate as those community-run organizations or launchpads or whatever it may be. A cool announcement that we recently released is we actually partnered with GeniusX and Genius Yield to provide their governance infrastructure for their launchpad and operations. And we are looking forward to providing this infrastructure to other projects in the ecosystem as we get the word out about what we're building. So the main problem with before a solution like us came along is that the technical barrier to entry and cost to build a DAO with custom governance rules on the Cardano blockchain was too high. You would have to find the right developers. You have to pay these developers for a lot of development costs. And we talked to a lot of projects and they all said, yeah, we would like to operate as a DAO, but the legal ambiguity is there. We are unsure, where we would find the funds and developers to be able to build out a custom solution. So that's why we started building Clarity. And what Clarity does, it lets anyone create a DAO with custom governance rules, create proposals, and vote on and execute those proposals without having to code. So it's a non-technical solution and for a fraction of the cost. So instead of having to pay a team of developers for 5-6 months to build out a custom governance infrastructure, you're able to just kind of have a no-code turnkey solution. So this is what that looks like. So this is going to be the core functionality of version 1 of Clarity, which we hope to launch on mainnet by the end of the year. We're working hard developing every day to get it to that point. So you come on and you connect your wallet. And what this does is obviously when you connect your wallet, it knows what governance tokens you hold, what assets are in your wallet. So therefore it knows what decentralized organizations you're a part of. So you can kind of sort through, see what DAOs you're a member of. You can see a little bit of information of each, how many proposals they've had, how many holders they have, how many voters have participated. So to create a DAO, what it looks like is this is going to be off-chain information. So you put the name of your DAO, you put the description, image, and you can put your socials and all that good stuff. And then this is what it looks like to create a on-chain DAO through our platform. So how it works is all of these fields get automatically implemented into a governor smart contract template. So we call it the governor smart contract. So you're able to customize, what is the governance token that will govern your DAO? What's the policy ID of that? And once the contract knows that, you can create governance thresholds. So you can create the rule to say, hey, in order to have permission in this DAO to create a proposal, you need to have 10,000 of these governance tokens, or you can make it 5,000, or you can make it 100,000, whatever the needs of your DAO are. And then you can also create the rule to say, okay, what's the amount of weight that needs to co-sign this proposal in order for it to go to an on-chain vote. And then you can also customize the proposal approval. So is it 51%? Is it 75%? Really customize your rules based off how you want to operate as a DAO. And then you can also control the timeline. So how long is the draft period? How long is the voting period, and so forth. And then once you click submit, this initiates your governance to your DAO associated with the policy ID of your governance token. And you're also able to go to the proposal dashboard of each DAO, and you can see, what are the proposals that are being voted on now. You can click in and you're able to see details about the proposal, cast an on-chain vote right there, and see your voting power. And what you can also do is create a proposal. So out of the box, what we're going to have is 4 different templates that DAOs can leverage to have on-chain proposals. So one is spend treasury funds. One is update governance parameters. So for example, we just made all those rules when we created our DAO. And maybe a few months down the line, your community wants to lower the threshold to be able to create a proposal because only a select few people have that many of the tokens to be able to do so. So what you're able to do is click in to this template and pass a proposal to change those governance rules that were set, and that will update the governor smart contract. Then you can also have yes, no, and multiple choice voting. So if you wanted to spend treasury funds, you can click next, say, you want to create a proposal to spend $1,000 to hire a developer to update the landing page, something like that. And you have, these core fields that the contract needs to run. And then you'll also be able to add fields about, what's the thesis behind this investment? Why do you think it's a good thing for the DAO? And then the last thing is we will be able to control staking to DAOs. At version 1, what this means is that when you stake, you get voting power. And in order to actually have voting power within a DAO, your stake needs to be locked for the duration of the proposal. This is in place to protect from double voting. But we are still looking into how to incorporate rewards into it, and I don't think that will be available for version 1, but things could change. So yeah, that is the demo of the platform, and now I'm going to chat a little bit about our Fund9 proposals. We are really excited about the technology that we're building and the product that we're bringing to market. And all of our proposals in Fund9 aim to accelerate the adoption of DAOs on Cardano. So the first one I'm talking about is Clarity DAO infrastructure. So this proposal requests $99,200 in order to bring this infrastructure that you just looked at to market. And the funding will be used to pay core technical team members to complete 9 key milestones of development, which will take an estimated 1,240 hours. So getting the funding for this proposal will enable us to pay our team to develop this no-code solution that allows for simple DAO creation, proposal creation, on-chain voting for project, and on-chain voting for projects on Cardano. And yeah, that's pretty much the summary on this one. The next one I'm talking about is the Clarity DAO incubator proposal. So this proposal requests $50,000 to put into this incubation program. So 20,000 of these funds will be equally distributed among the projects participating in the incubator. 20,000 is allocated to pay for incubator operations, such as setting up meetings with industry experts and making sure that we are able to provide the right resources to these projects that are in the incubation phase. And also 10,000 is allocated as a prize for the winner of the DAO pitch competition. So we're going to have a handful of projects able to pitch their DAO ideas at this pitch competition, and then the incubator will be able to provide this kind of platform for them to share their ideas and potentially get $14,000 in prize money if this proposal is funded. And then the winner of these DAO pitch competitions will be decided by a vote from the Clarity community NFT holders. And the more NFTs that one holds, the greater their voting power is in this DAO pitch competition. Yeah, and the goal of the incubator program is to provide an incubation program to equip early stage DAOs with the knowledge and tools they need to build their communities and projects. And the next proposal, we have a few more, we have a few in here, but we're really excited about all these developments. So this is a Cardano DAO dashboard proposal. So this proposal requests $12,500 for the development of this dashboard. And the goal of this proposal is to create a dashboard which displays informative KPIs involving how decentralized and autonomous an organization is through reading on-chain data involving DAOs on Cardano. So the source of inspiration for this proposal is DeepDAO, which is a platform like this that exists on Ethereum. And you're able to go on to DeepDAO and really dig into what's happening in the DAO ecosystem on Ethereum. What's the total treasury value? Where are the biggest treasuries? You know, what are in there? What kind of assets are in these big DAOs treasuries and things like that. And you know, by leveraging Agora, which a lot of DAOs will be built on Cardano, at least in the near term, we'll be able to have access to this data so that we can build this dashboard and display it in a way that's useful to the community. And then the next one to talk about is the building compliant DAOs proposal. So this proposal requests $12,500 to carry out research on DAO regulation in different jurisdictions in order to publish a report and create interactive content that defines paths and considerations to be a compliant DAO. So this is a collaborative proposal between the Clarity team and the DLT 360 team. So DLT 360 they bring deep legal expertise and experience to the proposal, and the Clarity team is part of the core team building DAOs and has a deep network to legal professionals around the world that we want to carry out this research with, so that people have a clear roadmap of saying, hey, here's my use case for my DAO. I want to operate out of this jurisdiction. How do I go about making this a compliant entity? And yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. And the last proposal is the dashboard of impact tools. So this is another proposal that we drew inspiration from a tool on Ethereum. So this is DAO Masters on Ethereum. And so essentially what people can do, what Web3 or people in the Ethereum ecosystem can do on here is they can come here and they can say, okay, I need help implementing governance and voting to my project. They click the governance and voting tab, and then they're able to see all these different tools that they can potentially use in the Ethereum ecosystem to have that. Maybe you need help with treasury management. So the idea behind this proposal is to create this dashboard for the Cardano ecosystem. As more and more projects get launched, the ecosystem will become dispersed, and I think it's very valuable to have a central touch point or central base where people can come and see the projects, see what category they're in, see if there's potential synergies between the two projects. So that is the last proposal. So happy to take questions now. That was the agenda for this town hall meeting. And a great place to go to get questions answered, get involved with Clarity is to join our Discord. We have a lot of people in there that are very passionate about spurring decentralized innovation and believe that we're creating a better future by enabling decentralized innovation to come to the Cardano blockchain. So we'd love to see anyone join there. But outside of that, I suppose one last thing that I could chat about is how we're handling community governance right now. I think that is important. So you can see here, to participate in our governance, what you have to do is purchase one of our NFTs, and then you're able to come to the governance tab of our website, and you're able to connect your wallet. This is kind of a placeholder until we get the full on-chain infrastructure launched, hopefully by the end of the year. So you connect your wallet, and then you're able to participate in the bounties within the Clarity community. So essentially we have community competitions to do little fun things like create our tagline. So our tagline was created, and our tagline for Clarity will be enabling decentralized innovation. And right now there's another bounty out to create a Twitter banner photo, and you can kind of click in and see what the Twitter banner is, and people can come in and vote. So I have 6 NFTs in my wallet, and I can vote for this and make it 10. But yeah, that's how we're handling internal governance now. And thanks you guys for listening, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Hi Umi, and hi Nathaniel, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for that presentation. Quick question for you. How would you say Clarity is different from, say, ADAO?
Yeah, that's a question we definitely get a lot. I think, the mission and vision of I suppose Summon and Clarity are very similar. We have a good relationship. We're both in the DAO Alliance together. I'm not sure, what features that they are adding on top of Agora. I'm not sure what use cases they are going after. But really, we're both leveraging Agora. I know that they are leveraging, I don't know this, but I think that they're leveraging Lucid as their library, and we're leveraging CTL. But similar types of projects. I think we'll both put our own spin on it though. But I'm excited about what we're launching. I'm also excited about what they're launching. I think that, to have multiple DAO tooling solutions in the ecosystem will be important, so that consumers have different options. But I would say, to answer your question, both leveraging Agora, extending Agora with premium features, and I'm not sure what their premium features will be. I'm not exactly sure what even our premium features will be at this point after version 1. We're going to gather feedback before we make those types of decisions. But those would be my thoughts on that. Happy to clarify more if you need.
No, that was good. Second question for you. What motivated you guys to start this project, your Clarity project?
Yeah. Actually, what motivated it is that we wanted to operate like a decentralized organization on Cardano, and we quickly found out that it was going to cost us a lot of money, and a lot of time and effort. And we talked to other projects, and they had the same issue. So we ended up, partnering with M Labs, and they saw that this was a big need in the ecosystem as well, and that's what drove us to decide this, because we thought there was a lot of projects, impactful projects, that would be able to use this governance infrastructure to implement it into their own projects.
Great, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the questions.
Hey, could you drop the Discord link in the chat, please?
Yep, I'll do that right now. All right, I just put it in there. Sorry, I didn't see your message.
No worries. Thank you.
I'm also dropping the link tree to that, and then I will also drop our website link.
I'm assuming you guys will be in attendance at Rare Bloom.
Yeah, we'll be there. We got a little booth there, so we're excited to see all those projects. I mean, I think it's going to be a really cool atmosphere. It's going to be one of the first events of its kind, so we're excited to be part of it. But yeah, we'll be there.
Nice.
I think, on a more, aside from the Cardano, this going back to your previous question about why did you start this? I think a big reason why we started is because there was a big need for DAO infrastructure and governance infrastructure in the Cardano ecosystem, and that's kind of an easy way to explain why we're doing it. But on a deeper side of things, I really do think that decentralized governance will find its way into a lot of different existing systems, and it will make the world a more transparent and efficient place because of that transparency. And the reason that I was excited to start this project is because I think it will have, a really profound impact on changing the way that existing systems govern themselves. And there's, you can talk about use cases for DAOs in many different ways, and there's all different verticals you can try to talk about for DAOs, and you can even, discuss for hours what even is a DAO, what's a true DAO, what should be considered a DAO. If a project is just a Discord chat and calls themselves a DAO, is it actually a DAO? But I really see that, having a way to transparently track the operations of a, I guess you could call it a company, you could call it a organization, you could call it a nonprofit. I think that's a really revolutionary technology that has never been possible before blockchain technology. So that's another reason why I'm really excited about it, because I think the technology that a lot of Cardano projects are building will genuinely change the world, because it's creating a new paradigm of not having to trust centralized institutions. And that's how existing systems are built. You got to trust someone to send money. You got to trust someone to get insurance. You have to trust someone to, really do anything of importance. And with decentralized technology, I think that paradigm is changing, and we're kind of pioneering how this might work. So that's why I'm excited about it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
If there are no more questions, I might stop the recording here soon, but I'll leave it on a little longer. No, Ed, we haven't talked to any projects in the gaming community, but we would love to. For me personally, I'm just not a gamer myself, so it's hard for me to wrap my head around those types of use cases. But if you have some good ideas about that, I'm very happy to chat, because I know that gaming is huge and could probably benefit from implementing decentralized governance into the experience. You can message me on Discord. Maybe we can talk about it more.
Hey Ed, this is Umi again. Do you guys have any current projects or organizations that are currently using Clarity,
So
even as just like a test, that type of?
yeah, so we're approaching kind of testing phases. We're still in development stages, and have a bit of work to do to finalize, making sure everything, that all the votes fit on chain and all that optimization type of stuff. So no one's using it yet, but we do have, like Genius X is one example of a client that will use the infrastructure once we launch.
Hmm. Currently, the way you kind of gave the presentation, it seemed like it was more voting oriented as a DAO as opposed to executing functions. Is that right?
So yes, the core thing is that you can, associate a policy ID with governance rules into the governor smart contract, and then create proposals that are governed by those rules. But the proposals do have effects that can automatically pull money from the treasury and send it to a wallet address. So a little of both, if I'm understanding your question right.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think you would need to develop more code specific to whatever task you want to execute.
Mhm.
And I'm sure that's coming down the line for you guys.
Yeah, and we're also making it modular. So the idea behind the effects, so a proposal either passes or it doesn't, and then the thing that happens after the proposal passes or does, or let's say it passes, the thing that happens after can be a custom script. This is getting to the depths of my technical knowledge, because I'm not too technical, but you can have custom scripts that run whatever type of effect you want. Um, and the idea behind what we're building is that if you have a script that is useful for your community, and you want to implement it into the Clarity protocol, we can help you do that. And then whenever somebody else finds that script useful and uses it, you get a kickback in terms of like aligning incentives to share code and share DAO innovations with the ecosystem that we're trying to build.
Okay, nice.
Like an example of that would be SnapBrillia. They're working hard to develop a quadratic voting smart contract. And there's a lot of interest from DAOs to have quadratic voting implemented into their governance. So say we were to keep chatting with Sniperia and they implemented that smart contract into the Clarity infrastructure, they would be incentivized, financially incentivized to share it, as when people use it, they'll get a portion of the small transaction fees.
Right. Are you by any chance familiar with the DCF um, project that was proposed at the Cardano Summit?
No, I'm not. DCF.
It was like a decentralized task execution protocol.
Mm.
They talked about it, they discussed it. I'm not sure how far along they got with it. I think it might have been put on hold, but it was more of the voting combined with the task execution.
Got it. Yeah. That sounds cool. I mean, there's so many features you can think about, like extending version 1 of this. How do you incorporate DIDs into your DAO, reputation systems? What kind of custom effects, what kind of voting proposals? But yeah, I'd be interested to look more into that DCF proposal. Awesome. If there's no more questions, I'm going to stop the recording right now. Thank you guys.
All right, thanks again, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the questions. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the presentation.
Appreciate it.